Rain, 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 rain. We have, here you guys can go here. We have supposedly somewhere between 100 and 150 millimeters of rain today. 10 to 15 centimeters in the imperial system. We're talking about 4 to 6 inches of rain in one day. So said is to be forecast, which that's a lot of rain. And we've had a lot of rain over the past few days. Sorry for being away for a little bit. Very busy, just constantly doing stuff. It's like winter's the busy season. It's nuts. Actually, before I do that, let's go grab some wood here. Kick these suckers over. Hello, Zeus. What's going on, buddy? We're busy today. I got the GoPro today, so if you're thinking that's some jittery looking video, probably is. Disconnecting the trailer at the moment, in case you were wondering. Put you there. You might be thinking, what are you disconnecting the trailer for? Well, hang on. We need our chock blocks too. Here's one. Probably only need one. We're pretty level. I'll kick that over. Put that. Let's see. Which way will the trailer go? Well, we definitely don't want it going that way. It is pretty slanted this way, so. Kick that there. Make sure it's solid. Probably get the other one. But yeah. Super rainy day. Trailer's hooked up because we actually have a new horse here. I had to bring her here last night at the end of my day. Chuck block number 2. Come on, get in there. Kick it in. It's good. Now we do the windy wind. In case you don't know what that is, I'll show you. This bit here makes a little pole go downwards and you turn it clockwise. So look, check it out. See? And then, I'm just gonna put this down like that. And then it lifts it off of the truck. Probably should take the chains off. So, and it releases. We'll give ourselves an inch or so of space. That is a disconnected trailer right there. It's early morning, relatively. Zeus and I are out, leaving here pretty quick, but I thought I would just quickly give you a very fast look-see at our newest herd member for a little bit. She's adorable. Very gentle and nice horse. Chilling out. Eating. See, she comes over. Oh. Nina's got something to say. That's cool. Everybody's got food. You guys are happy? I can go now? Yeah? Okay. That's good. Oh, you can see how much has been raining already. The drainage at the back, actually. Quick story before we take off. In fact, there we go. Warm that thing up. diesel engines need to have a little warm-up time. But this, the pond, it's full. Fish are doing well, in case anybody's wondering. It's flowing. Oh, I hate when it rains this much though, gotta admit. But this ditch here was designed to carry the extra flow, because it's hard to make this much water disappear. And I know I talk about drainage a lot, but at some point, some weird point, it was actually about as high as that rock there. And I didn't know what was going on, so some kind of plug up had happened, because it drains through the pipe right here and travels on that way somewhere. And so the secondary pipe had to take it. There's a pipe underneath there that goes that way, across, and across that way, and then down, and that just drains out into the forest. So that had to actually take over, and so finally something must have cleared out. And now it's back to normal. Hi, Zeus! Anyhow, cold and wet today, 4 to 6 inches. That's a lot of rain in one day. We'll see what the day looks like a little further on. I have no idea. You guys are going to find out, I don't know, in about 10 seconds or so when I'm finished monologuing and wandering back up to the truck. I will cut to a scene when I get back. See, look, this is just really working out well. How much water comes out of there? And this one too. This one should have some water coming out. It does. Right? From there, picks up all this stuff. Hello. Hey buddy, I'll be back. Just say that people say goodbye to their dogs more often than they say goodbye to people that are in the house. See you later, buddy. I'll be back soon. Okay, let's get going. Whew, home sweet home. Back. What a day so far. Still raining. Raining pretty good. Water everywhere. Zeus, in case you're wondering. Let's go take a look, see what it looks like down there. Now the fact that this place is graded really helps. Everything just kind of goes backwards. But yeah. It's wet. Super wet. Let's go see how the drainage is working out back before I get on with anything else. Looks like I left my cup out here. There. No. Everybody's paying attention to me. Must want something. Maybe you guys are running out of food finally. Yep. Let's feed them. Whoa. Yeah, it's been raining like crazy. So as I said, our overflow ditch is working well, but it just can't handle it. I mean, there's just too much water. Look at this thing. Too much water, man. It's crazy. The arena. So there's ups and downs to having a grade. Anyhow, nothing I can do about it, just gotta wait it out. That's a lot of water. It's going though. It's going. See all over here. It's flowing. This is where it comes out of. Goes that way. I'll clear this out a bit. Oh. Okay, well. There you go. Let's get on with the day. Actually, really fast. Check this out. Remember what it looked like before. Look at that. That is a lot of water. It's like somebody turned on a hose or something. It's flowing now. It's amazing. Means it's got to be flowing from up here. It's perfect. Just directs all the water away. It's just all coming from up here. Goes into a pipe there. Travels on. Alina, you look a little wet. Hey big girl, I gotta get on with stuff. No extra food for everybody. Okay everybody, we are in the classroom because it's pouring rain outside. I've had enough of it. I've been out in half the day and it's time to be inside for a little bit. So we're gonna do a little bit of classroom work right now. Because I didn't really talk that much when I did the video that I'm going to talk about, which was about a week ago, when I talk about doing, or when I did the Liberty work with the horses, the whole 5 horses in the arena at the same time. I sort of pushed them around. I had them go around in a couple different directions. And while I talked about it a bit in the video itself, I wanted to sort of deconstruct it a bit better because there were some comments that came in that were really good and they made sense enough to me, or not that they made sense, but they sort of hit some notes that I thought I should discuss and sort of point out for anybody that's sort of interested in why do I do that and how do I do it and what are sort of the concepts behind it, because it's not just about chasing them around. We're not just trying to get some physical exercise. If anything, I would actually have them walk the whole thing. I don't need them running around going crazy, but they just tend to do that. And it's not too long before they don't, but in the whole group, in the 5 horses, there's actually 1 horse that does really, really well with it all. And only one person, I think a couple of people actually, come to think of it. Got my computer here, so I'm gonna watch this and I'm gonna put it on the screen for you guys. I'm gonna try to narrate it out as we go. But there was a couple of people that noticed the 1 horse that did really well, and a few people that noted the poorly behaving, or the horse that sort of ended up messing up the rest of the horses in a way. And so to me, that kind of work or that kind of training or that kind of exercise can show the gaps in a herd and how you as the human, as the handler, as the trainer, as the owner, can sort of help manage the herd as a human, as best as we can, as crude as we are in compared to horses. But we can manage that. We can herd them up and get them going. Like that idea of the enemy of my enemy is my friend sort of idea, where all the horses like, well, that guy's gonna go get you if you don't get moving, so let's get going, guys. Let's all go together. So it's, with practice, with timing, you can get 1 horse to go around just fine. A couple horses, a little bit harder. 3 horses, a little bit harder, especially if they don't get along that well, or they haven't figured out their order that well. 4 horses, again, hard. 5 horses, even harder. And you put Gracie in the mix, and of course you've got a, trouble. So I'm going to put the video up on the screen. It's only a couple minutes that we're going to be going through. From minute 6 to minute 8, it's only 2 minutes that I actually did the exercise for. And within that time, you can see a lot of things that are going on. So I'm going to run this here, run it on the screen. Let's get going. Okay, so around the 6-minute mark, we're going to start this up. And you can see all of the horses kind of milling about, not really sure what to do, because I'm coming in with a rope and I'm saying, let's go. And while my horses, the horses that I've had around me, really understand what I'm talking about, the 2 that don't, Peggy and Gracie, are still sort of trying to pick it up. Now the other misfit in this group actually is Luke, because he's trying to control Gracie and or Peggy, more Peggy than Gracie. Peggy's the Palomino, Gracie's the Arab chestnut. And so he's sort of getting in the way. He ends up stopping Peggy and Gracie. So if you watch, he actually gets ahead, cuts off Peggy and Gracie, causes, a pile up in the corner. But there's 1 horse that is really shining in this video, and he's hard
to catch in a way because it's so easy to watch the group of horses go around. But it's Macaroni. He's our quarter horse, our registered quarter horse. And he knows that when I point and I make a little bit of action or I make a little bit of noise, he should go around in his quiet circle. And it's not long before Lena sort of gets on with that. Now, right about here, I switch directions on them. So they all have to they all pile up again and they get a little bit troubled. Gracie's starting to kick out. She's trying to tell Luke to go away. Peggy's her friend. Luke would like to grab Peggy. So he's actually causing a lot of trouble here as well. If you watch it, and we might go over this one more time. I think I actually will go over it one more time because I'm going to talk about me, what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But each time I need to get some kind of action going, I'll get moving. I'll make a noise or I'll swing the rope or I'll be running towards them or something and get them going. Here they're a mess. I've got 2 different herds. It's no good. In fact, I probably almost have 3 because Luke's he's not playing by the game very well. And if I took him out, I bet everything would go way better. And Gracie would probably fall in line a bit better with what Peggy's doing, and Peggy would follow the other 2, and there wouldn't be any of that effort. So in this case, I would actually have to say that the one horse that I would probably want to work with the most and make sure he's listening to me and not doing his own thing is Luke. So again, we get near here and I've stopped and I've asked them all to stop in the corner and herd up and stay together and not separate. And you can't see it that well on the camera, but they kind of do. And at the end of this exercise, I always have my horses square up and face up, and I'll go say thank you or good job or whatever it is, just a light touch and just, you can go now, you're free of this exercise. So here I'm approaching very slowly. I'm very purposeful. And I've talked about it before, the Tom Dorrance book. And here I'm trying to actually cut Gracie off because she's trying to leave, and Peggy. So I won't let either of them leave, and I send them back in just by my position alone. Then I let them out, and Luke follows. So there's one herd off and gone, and now I'll go up to my other herd. Because there's only so much you can actually do when you have this many, and you don't have a lot of time for it, but you can get a little bit done.
Well, a little bit of horsey exercise.
All right, so let's pause that there. So I'm gonna go through this one more time. Hopefully you guys can bear with me on this, and we're gonna talk about what I'm doing more than what they're doing. So we'll head back to the 6-minute mark, roundabouts, play it again. So the horses are sort of milling around, not really sure what to do. I've said do something. They all know I'm saying do something because I'm making some noise. So if you watch me in the background, I'm gonna try to kind of curl around towards where their butt is, and I'm gonna open up the spot that I want them to go through. So I'm gonna make a bunch of noise. Luke's causing trouble. I'll just keep up what I'm doing, and off they go. Now I'm gonna cut all the way across because I don't want them coming back up that way. I want them going back the other way. And so when I get all the way over, then I start my action. Say, okay, let's go. I've made a big space for you to get through, and off you go. Now, because they haven't herded up properly, it's not a cohesive unit yet, but it does get there. But as you can see, Macaroni's going around just fine. So I'm going to have to accommodate for the worst horse, or the latest horse, or the one that's falling the most behind. And whoever's at the head can just sort of stay up. Like if you watch Macaroni a little bit, you'll see that he gets ahead, but he's allowed to sort of rest. He's like that runner that gets ahead of the whole group and then relaxes. But what I'm doing is I'm just sort of driving from behind. If you watch horses drive other horses, they're sort of driving from the back end a little bit to along the body. And so here I want them all moving. They're having a big argument in the corner. I don't want any of that. Listen to me, not what's going on with the other horses. Everybody listen to me. And that's how you can get them to herd up. And I learned this not from a person. I didn't actually learn any of this kind of stuff from watching somebody else do this. It's rare that I feel I've watched something happen and I think, oh yeah, that's how I do it. Even this feels a bit clunky, but I sort of picked it up from this horse that was here for a while, and he was really subtle. I mean, a lot more subtle than what I am. But being little and being human, they're going to probably listen a little less. So again, I'm making some more space because I want them to come down this way. So there's a bit of a sort of a draw, push, or drive. So now I run across because I don't want them in that corner. I want them out of the corner, and I'll push them out or I'll drive them out and have them come around. And when they do get really good, as I sort of make my circle in the middle, they'll actually draw around me like macaroni does. So now I've sort of been lazy. I've come into the middle. I've stopped, which means they should stop. I'm not moving. They shouldn't be moving. I'm not driving. They shouldn't have any trouble. But the problem is Luke is only half listening to me. He's trying to tell his two girls or one girl where to go. And Gracie's having a little bit of trouble sort of keeping up with everybody's actions. She hasn't figured it out yet. So I think two things I would do. One, I would get Luke really good with this. And two, I'd probably get Gracie really good with this because I know that she's super smart. She just follow along. But the other two are a little bit of trouble. So I want Luke to stop paying attention to what he wants to do, which will happen even in the saddle. If he thought maybe he'd want to go do something, he'd have to kind of get in the way of that and block it. So, and then at the end, I'm just trying to get them to, shuffle around a little bit as I either let them through or stop them. And we go from there. So I wanted to deconstruct that a little bit. It looks haphazard, but there is a series of things that are happening within the video that are very specific. And some are subtle, some are obvious and clunky, but they all have a purpose. And I'm hoping over time, like Macaroni does, because it's clear that him and Lena, and actually Luke will as well, if there's just the three of them, they've had a lot of practice at this. When I say go, I mean literally I should just be able to do this. Off they go around me. And I should just be able to turn with them as well. And then when I sort of step in front and sort of block that, they should sort of stop, come back, and then turn. And on a side note, I should get the head, not the butt. So, deconstructed. Hopefully that's helped you guys a little bit. Hopefully that's been kind of interesting because I don't think I talked about it that much in the video, at least not as much as I really wanted to. And I will do more of this. I have some really good ideas of how I can show this a little bit better, the angles and the amount of drive that you might put towards and draw the other way. Because some horses, you can just sort of mold them in your hands, get them to do the things that you want. And 5 horses is kind of hard, but it's kind of fun. It's cool to watch, right? So, okay, well, let's leave it at that. Thanks for watching, everybody, and hopefully this rain stops. It's pretty soggy out there. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.